Welcome back to the SmartPA Roundtable. We are joined again by the lovely ladies of SmartPA, so Jen, Pat, Sarah and Noni, and today we are talking about Christmas! Because it is only a week away, which seems to have crept around all too quickly. But before we crack on with our festivities, we have decided, we've had a fantastic response to this. I think we've enjoyed all taking part in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good fun. And we've had such a fabulous response, we have decided to turn this into a podcast. Woo! All kinds of cheers. And the working title at the moment is The Heels Are Off. Obviously because as women, professional women, often something that you would do at the end of your day is go home and kick your heels off. Often, in my case, open a bottle of wine. I don't know about anyone else.
Collapse on the sofa.
Absolutely. Heels are off and the wine is open. But so how do we all feel about it? Are we excited to take this into the new year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I'm seeing it from slightly different side with the synonymous with the gloves are off, but then that's an authenticity thing. It's a truth, honesty kind of space. I like that.
Yeah, in a gentle way, not the gloves are off as in let's go outside.
Yeah, that's it. An authentic way.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a safe space, I think.
Yeah,
we're all comfortable to share with each other.
I love it. Heels off. I think it's great. It's really honest. Yeah, I think it's great.
Great.
Love it.
Well, we will crack on with that. Bring on 2020. But now, anyway, on to the most important topic at the moment, Christmas. So it is a week away. How are we all getting on? Noni, where's the Christmas shopping? How are you getting on?
This year is both. I don't want to sound like a sort of a downer. This year is too simple. This year is too simple. My boys are at an age now where they don't want gifts. They will be getting stockings and small under the tree things anyway, against their will. But they're at that stage where they are saving for ridiculously expensive computers. So it's just they've approached me and said, "Mum,
money.
Can we have money, please?" Which has taken a little bit of the kind of giddiness out of it for me. So and my friends and I have had policies for years whereby we don't do the swapping of gifts. Instead, we do visits and we do eggnog in each other's houses.
Experiences.
And my parents emigrating as well. There's not the same need there either. So it's been a really weird one because I would normally be quite manic shopping at the minute, and there's just nothing to do. I feel a little bit like,
and you're really chill.
Sorry, what's happening?
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's a good thing and a weird thing.
You've got teenagers, Pat. Is that a similar thing that you're finding, or are they still into
and
presents?
they give me a list. Pretty
Is that boys versus girls?
They don't want money, they want presents and expensive.
I'm with them.
So yes, and I like buying for the girls because I kind of think, well, I would like that. So if they don't like it, I can have it.
Sneak it out of your bedroom. To be fair, with my dress sense, I still steal my son's.
And the boots, definitely.
Absolutely. It's one of those presents that you buy for someone knowing that you'll really enjoy it yourself. And Jen and Sarah, obviously you're shopping for much littler ones. That must be so much fun.
So much fun, yeah, definitely. The expectations are so much higher. Well, maybe not very high. I feel a lot of pressure this year. I didn't feel pressure, so my little boy's just turned 4 and he really understands Christmas. He's really excited. Yeah. He's got a Christmas Eve box, which is something we started last year. He's already decided what he's going to put out for Santa. He's picked out his storybook. He's chosen his pajamas. He is honestly so excited. But then we were down at Fort Kinnaird, the shopping area, and he wanted to go to Smith's Toys. There are other toy stores available. And he was like, literally up and down all the shelves, can I add this to my list? Can I add this to my list? And I'm like, no. I just see my bank balance going down and down and down. So the pressure is on.
Fulfill the whole list.
I know, but I feel that pressure, and then I'm really concerned that he's going to wake up on Christmas Day and go, but why didn't Santa bring me this? And I'm like, God, I didn't
that's
think it was
the one
that
thing I
important.
wanted.
So feeling pressure, but I'm done. I've been done for about a week and a half.
You're not actually even wrapped, I remember,
everything's wrapped, everything's done. Ever since I had him, I start my Christmas shopping in October.
That is so organised.
Very organised.
Your mum does that as well, though, doesn't she?
And it's his birthday's in December as well, so it's to kind of split it up a bit. So
I have a boy with a December birthday as well, as do
you.
Quick question to you two, because you have younger ones: are either of you using the good girl, bad boy, Santa Claus app? where so Santa Claus can actually ring. And it's got recordings of you put their name in, and you have to you can allot what they've done well and what they haven't, and then Santa Claus will ring and tell them if they've and if they haven't been good, there's a different sort of message which says
that is a really good idea.
It must be great to have that as the threat. Be like, Santa won't come if you don't tidy your room.
Santa's calling, you've not done your bed.
I rightly or wrongly have taken some photos of him on his phone when he's been naughty and said I'll send them to Santa Claus, and he has gone into complete panic. And also the fire alarms in the house become Santa cams, and he's happy to. I've faked a few calls, so he's quite happy with that. But maybe next year that is a good idea.
It never worked with Zach, because Zach, I got a phone call from school when he was 4 years old, so he's in it would have been second year of nursery essentially. I got a phone call from the school asking me to come in because a few of the children were somewhat unhappy because Zach, and it's not a conversation I'd ever had with him, he's just this kind of kid. He's I think maybe has a visual perception of things differently to others, but he had apparently sat down a few of his friends and essentially said that as much as he didn't like to break it to them, they really ought to know by now that Santa was in fact a figment of their imagination. And they were horrified, and I was horrified. I was like, where did you get that from? I've been playing Santa Claus for the last 4 years.
Imagine all their parents being absolutely furious at you.
Well, but equally he believes in fairies and elves, so I couldn't quite. So we sort of just said Santa's essentially a big elf. At which point he kind of went, okay, right, I'm with that.
Oh right, yeah.
We backtracked, but it was a bit horrifying.
But it must be nice. So when you've got a little kid, it must bring the joy back. Because I feel like as adults we do get a bit jaded about Christmas, don't we? It's just an excuse for a booze up, really.
Absolutely. Because when I had Charlie, I was 39, and he's my first. So I'd gone 39 years, with no young child to celebrate Christmas with, and for the past, certainly he's 2 now. The past 2 years, especially this year, it's just mad. Because I believe in Santa.
I'm pretty good.
Santa, I know. We've met 3 Santas. We've met Rudolph.
Nice.
It's just
so cute.
magical. Yeah. And even just watching the Christmas movies. I mean, we've watched Arthur Christmas probably about 15 times in about 2 weeks. It's a good movie. But it just gets you in the spirit. It's absolutely amazing. I am just loving Christmas, and I'm fully in the Christmas spirit. Just now, it's just amazing.
Are you all organised?
Not so much.
You two aren't necessarily.
No, as of tomorrow, Thursday, I'll be fully organised. So,
Good.
So excited.
Do you do the elf on the shelf then?
No, my
that
nephew.
Looks like stress.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm trying to stay away from it. My nephew, my brother started it this year, and my brother's been texting me and be like, what can I do? And I was my nephew was round having breakfast the other day, and I was trying to ask him, and he could only remember 2 of the things, and I just turned to my brother and said, you need to try harder. You're obviously not making a big enough impression on him. But I've stayed away from that one so far. But when you were saying about seeing reindeers and stuff, when we went to the zoo last week, there was a reindeer in the zoo, and everyone was like, the zookeepers need to leave the gate, the door open, the gate open, so that he can get to Santa, because otherwise how's he going to get the magic to fly? And I was like, oh my goodness, love that.
It's just I don't know, let's go and ask
no, I was not going to start that conversation with the zookeeper at the zoo, but it's so cute.
Just the innocence of their imagination. It's just so simple and just so beautiful.
Magical,
it's just amazing.
It is.
I think it's the best time of year. It's
it is.
Definitely. Agreed.
But obviously we talk a lot about these things, about how we manage energy, how we manage our stress levels. Obviously Christmas Day comes with one massive stress, which is the Christmas meal. Who is cooking Christmas dinner this year? Because I know I am. Are you kidding me?
I'm helping, but I'm not responsible for I'm not responsible for it.
Seriously?
That surprises me that you're taking a back seat. You're like chef extraordinaire.
Well, for the past 2 or 3 years, I've been that. And I love it. I do genuinely love it, but I am actually quite looking forward to just sitting back, chilling out, and
what if the food's so good? Who's cooking?
It's another member of the family. We'll be fine.
Can they cook?
I hope so.
Because that's part of the reason I was like, I'm just going to do it, because then I know the food will be of a standard.
So how are you going to cope with your stress? Is this the first time you've done it?
No, I've done it for the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay,
Funnily enough, this one will be fine. There's only 6 of us, because 2 years ago it was my first Christmas up in Edinburgh, so it's when I moved up here, and we lived in this gorgeous big flat, and we were like, right, we'll have everyone, all of my fiance's family and all of my family, which turned out to be 15 people.
Massive mistake.
And between inviting everyone and Christmas, we moved into a new flat, which was like a third of the size of the old place. So we had to squeeze everyone into this tiny place, and it was a rubbish kitchen. It had like a tiny oven and no surface space, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, honestly. I had like plates on the floor, and the dogs getting at the pigs in blankets, and it was like something you'd see in a movie. But the food was good, so I was like, it could only get better than this.
Yeah, very National Lampoons of you.
I think it probably looked ridiculous, and we were like absolutely baking hot, and like, oh my god, I've ruined Christmas for my entire family. But yeah, for me, the only thing you can do is just like enjoy it because it's Christmas dinner. Like it's only going to be a good thing.
Exactly. And who cares if you burn the turkey? It's you know.
I mean, I would be so heartbroken if I burned the turkey.
Order a takeaway.
Oh well, I've bowed out completely. So for the last 3 years, I cook the boys. Their favourite thing is roast dinners. So throughout the year, every Sunday they get a roast dinner, which is often turkey or chicken or joints of pork or whatever. And for the last 3 years, I've actually stolen a tradition from your youth.
That's
so
right,
we order Chinese.
Nice.
Yes.
So there is no Christmas dinner. It is Chinese takeout. And
It's a nice rest for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. It's actually worked exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Revelation for you, I've never cooked Christmas dinner.
Whoa.
Ever.
Jennifer.
I've had you down as the...
Do you bake all the cookies though? Because you do cookie bake a lot.
I contribute, but I have never done the main meal at a Christmas dinner.
Horrendous.
I'm really surprised
I have always, well, apart from last year where I went to my brother's, I've always been at my mum's. My mum is surprisingly, I don't know where I get it from, but a big control freak in the kitchen. Never. And I've never ever cooked it. We do Diwali and I do lots of other big celebrations throughout the year, but I've never cooked a Christmas dinner. So I don't actually know what that stress feels like.
You should try it.
It's not that bad.
I imagine it's the same type of stress.
It helps get through the booze a lot quicker.
I don't need any excuse to be honest.
That's the hassle as well. The Christmas dinner is, I don't know about anyone else, but in my house we get started at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Like you start drinking early.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to lunch, you're kind of half cut already, and you're desperately trying to like pound the top plates and stand up straight.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, don't you just love it?
I do love it. It's my favourite day of the year, 100%.
Amazing.
And then obviously with that comes lovely presents. But obviously, I mean, in-laws are always a classic one, or like random aunts and uncles. Does anyone have any stories that they're willing to share on a bad present that they've got and how they managed to fake their way out of it by pretending that they loved it?
Well, I'm going to fess up because I am the receipt queen. So I'm renowned. People will actually give me the receipt and the back it up with the present. Because they know what I'm like.
You'll just
so
return.
I'm just like that, thanks. And then I've shot on Boxing Day. So
maybe that's the answer, just to make it known.
Yeah, just make it known.
I'm going to return it.
Rachel from Friends.
Yeah, 100%.
I think she's, maybe I stole it from Rachel,
Mine's
exactly.
slightly different in that these aren't bad presents. It was very sweet gestures from the boys, but it does require having to fake it a little bit because essentially what they would do is sneak into my room and wrap up my existing things and then give them to me under the tree because they didn't have their own pennies and things like that. But so that's you'd still have to kind of be exceptionally excited about that. It's, oh look, it's my slipper that I was wearing this morning.
The one slipper.
Just one. The other one would wrap up the other one.
Oh, right, I see.
Give me a pair between them.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's not a bad present, it's beautiful, but it's just a weird having to fake it moment.
Were they hoping that you wouldn't notice? Or was
I
it like a joke?
I don't know, and I think no, to be quite frank, I think with the two of them, they're exceptionally sweet human beings even still, and I think genuinely they wanted to do something for their mum and they didn't have any means by which to do anything else.
So sweet.
Because I've done that for my dad. And he didn't notice.
Wow.
He didn't notice.
How old were you?
Last
year?
14.
Right.
It was a DVD. I got him a DVD. It was some war film that he wanted, and then he just opened it. You know, you can tell on someone's face.
He's
They,
not seen
like, and I was like, right, cool. So next year I was like, I'm just gonna give it to him again, and same reaction.
But not any acknowledgement that he already had
No. And I did it again the next year.
Wow.
Still just.
Wow.
That's
Excellent.
I love that.
He's a bit absent-minded.
The poor dad was probably thinking, does Georgia know she's giving me that?
That's very
His
Georgia.
face was like that.
It's probably like,
Well, he didn't
okay.
Quick question, have you ever told him? Oh well, we have now.
You'll see it.
I don't know if he'll watch this. He's not very technically savvy. So unless someone shares it with him, I think I'm all right. I think so.
I remember having you for Secret Santa last year and thinking, oh my god, I know that I was absolutely dreading it for that reason.
You got me a great present.
Didn't you get the scented oils and stuff?
I did, and I got a juice book
and herbal tea.
Yeah, and some herbal tea.
I got Sarah twice for Secret Santa, and first year I went with a multitude of lip glosses.
Classic.
Which is
Classic, because you always have
and the second year I was really out of choice, so I went with stationery.
That's right, yeah.
And stationery works with a Virgo. Always. WH Smith vouchers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Have you all got your Secret Santas for Friday?
Yes.
No.
Tomorrow. It'll be under the tree on Friday, I can assure you.
Yeah. It will be there.
Yeah.
I'm way ahead of schedule on that one.
Well done, yeah, there's a couple of presents already under the tree.
I know.
I've got an idea, but I've not bought mine yet.
Yeah.
I have got an idea. It's just I was going to buy it through the platform, and the delivery won't come till the 24th now, so I have to try and find something equivalent in the shop for you.
Do any of you know who has you?
No.
I imagine
like
it's
that.
someone that's more an established member of our team because they've not asked me for a list, so it couldn't be a newer team member.
Either that or they really don't care. They're just going to go with something crazy. Just something they would like. Maybe they're going to gift you something they actually want.
Quite possibly. Are you my Secret Santa?
No, it's giving the game away.
Oops. When you were talking about reactions or faking reactions, my gran used to come for Christmas every single year, and my gran shopped a lot in charity shops.
Okay.
And I remember being presented. Now, I've never ever been this size, but I remember being gifted size 24 granny pants that had been opened and were missing one pair for Christmas, and also a packet of tissues, like the little carrier ones, which is useful, but also had some missing, wrapped and given to me, and that was
What did you do with them?
Did
you give it back to her?
So I have two older brothers, so this was incredibly embarrassing, and I was maybe like 12, 13 at the time.
Oh God!
So, and then she insisted that I take them out, and we're talking, whole washing line kind of thing. It was unpleasant. And then she insisted that I put them over my trousers that I was wearing at the time.
Was she being serious?
Yeah, no, she was.
She wasn't trying to make you look silly.
No, she was not. No, it was a genuine.
She wanted to try them on.
She wanted me to. I'm not going to prance around in my underwear for her, so she wanted me to see that they would be a good fit, and she was a little bit disappointed.
There's got to be like a good party game to see how many people you can fit in them.
I was going exactly that direction. Two older brothers.
Get Granny as well.
There was a lot of classics like that over the years.
Did you manage to style that out? Were you parading around the living room like, oh yeah, I love them?
I'm sorry, but have you not seen me dance my dance moves and singing in our office? Yeah, of course I styled it out.
I've never seen you dance.
I was dancing yesterday in the little area, between the two.
We have the pleasure.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
There's a lot of dance.
That is the right word, Pat. It is a pleasure if you do get to see me dancing.
I look forward to that pleasure on Friday then.
Feel free. Yeah.
Because obviously, Christmas party on Friday.
Yeah, can't wait.
Are you all excited?
Is everybody getting dressed
I'm really
up?
excited. Yeah, apparently there's going to be sequins.
Well, I'm not wearing sequins.
From you
started, which you started.
That was your fault.
Joe told me you're wearing a sequin jacket.
Yes, that's the plan.
Lapel.
That's the plan.
Well, you're giving awards, so you have to be.
Well, you have given awards.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, so
I'm dressing up, but in my lovely alternative version of dressing up, which involves bunches and goth boots.
Yeah, it sounds very cute.
Yeah.
Very festive.
Anyone else?
Harley Quinn.
Dresses?
I'm not sure, really.
I have really no clue. I have nothing sequined.
You all need practical shoes for your
Exactly.
scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
I'm bringing trainers because
How
my
far
goth
are we
shoes are
going
not
afield?
As far as you can make it in 45 minutes.
Really?
You've
So
got
we're going out
45
the
minutes.
office?
You've got 45
Yep.
minutes to do 12 tasks, and it's the fastest team to do them in that wins.
Sarah runs. She's got an unfair advantage.
And she's got the most long
Well,
legs.
you know,
You've got the two tallest team members in their team. That's unfair.
Yeah, but you said
It's
to go, they
demanding
don't do an awful lot.
I
They've got
did
no
pick up the
stamina.
teams. Yeah.
The teams were done very fairly.
I do.
I will not take criticism from those teams. It has been an absolute headache.
I can imagine.
But I'm really excited to see the
really
results.
excited.
There's going to be some good adventures.
Are you in a team?
Well, no, because I wrote the task, so I know exactly how they should be done, because there's a very clear order. But I don't want to tell anyone that.
Do we fail if we deviate from script?
Yes, you fail, and you get fired.
Steve going into 2020 unemployed.
What do you mean by deviate from script?
Well, if you're saying there's always two ways to skin a
you don't have to do it in the way that I think you would do it, but I just mean that you'd get the 12 and I'd be like, right, this is how we're going to do it, and it would be the speediest way possible.
I see, right, okay.
So you can do it in any which way you see fit. But you'll have to defer to your team leader. So Sarah's one of our team leaders.
Yes.
Sarah's team.
Wait.
You're in the winning team, so be because Andy and I always
I am honestly so scared of my team.
In fairness, we even beat Sarah the year that she wrote the instructions and the tasks. So
That's a challenge there.
We beat you on points and on ending in quicker time.
Let's take that offline, Molly.
We've been talking about it for the last 3 years.
Yeah, because they still 100%. But
so if this goes wrong, you'll live with this for the next 3 years.
Longer.
Or longer, yeah.
It's not going to go wrong.
Okay.
Wow. I think it would be brilliant.
There you go. It's going to be a good day.
Whose group are you in? Sorry.
Sorry?
Whose group are you in?
I don't know, because I was just back last night.
Pat, you're in Andy's team.
Winning team.
You're on the team.
3 against 1, Sarah?
Watch this space. I'm saying nothing.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a bit team building. I tried to split every department in half. So that no one is working necessarily with the person that they work with all the time.
Yeah.
Because then it's like good
team building.
Yeah.
Great fun.
But I suppose to finish up in our last session of 2019, we'll go around the table. If you had one tip of how to, stay present, stay mindful, and really make the most of this break and the time with your family, what would it be? Start with Jim.
Oh gosh.
I'm one there's a lot of different ways. I don't know. We try to just take as many photos as possible and try and do more experiences. Something we've concentrated a lot more. Try and give less presents, give more experiences. Something that people can treasure a lot more. And we're trying to take more and more photos because we found that probably Sarah and all of us will know that when you first have your kids that you take so many photos of them, and we've gradually seen that decrease, and he's only 4, so I'm thinking we need to round it up. I need to round that up a bit more, so I think that'll help us. I think
that's nice. I think my tip would definitely be that I think Christmas Day can be so busy, and the whole Christmas season, you're going from house to house, and it's this and it's this. I always try and make sure that there's some time for everyone to just sit and be. Just actually take a minute to be like, God, that was amazing, the present's lovely, my family's great, like this is good, just sit, have a moment that's not driving to someone's house or opening presents or watching a movie or whatever it may be, and just taking a minute to really feel grateful for what a day you've got. That'd be mine. You're smiling at me.
Mine is what I do very simply is we play a lot of board games on Christmas Day. Intentionally. We do a lot of films in the lead up to Christmas. I mean, the ages of my boys kind of makes a difference as well because they're less engaged, to be quite frank. They're in their rooms playing their computers a lot of the time, but there's kind of this prerequisite that Christmas Day is board game day. So we do a lot of that because that forces you to spend that mindful time. But it's not really a hint or tip for mindfulness, but it's a fun thing to do for Christmas that I wanted to mention. My brother moved to the States 10 years ago, and when he moved, he took on that kind of American family Christmas card tradition, but with a twist. So he's intentionally every year bested himself with the most ridiculous things. I was in it one year when we were across, and it was the Addams family, so we were all kitted out as Wednesday Addams and Festive and everything. But this year my parents have emigrated, and I just got the Christmas card. There's a bit of profanity on it, so I won't repeat exactly what it says, but essentially there's a great totem pole because they live in Seattle and there's a lot of Indian culture there and Native American culture, and there's a huge totem pole in the background, and then it's about immigration. There's some humour around that, and then they have my father dressed as a sort of a British English. I mean, it's horrific. My mother can only be described as super grand. She's wearing a kilt and crazy feather bows, and then my brother and his wife are sort of doing the Irish bit, and then the dual national daughter in the middle. But it's just so much comedy, and I get them every year, and they're all now being put in a massive collar. So I think that's a good Christmas tradition.
It's a good
Christmas tradition.
Very American, but
very fun. Yeah,
lovely. Oh, staying mindful. I think a bit of everything. I think, first and foremost, digital detox.
Yeah.
So really trying to properly switch off, not touch the phone. I'm not tech savvy, and I'm not social media savvy either. So it's fairly easy for me. But just get that switched off. But certainly just taking a moment to be grateful and to acknowledge, you know, what you've got and what you've achieved, and your family and your friends and relationship. I think that's lovely, a good thing to do. And yeah, just do nothing. Like you say, just have a just don't do anything. Just stare out the window, you know, just do nothing.
I think that too. Just take the time to enjoy it. I like going a big walk on Christmas morning with the dog and just like and just looking around, and it's quiet and it's just nice.
I think the thing is, we're such a 24/7 nation now, or globally even, that there's so little. I mean, I remember when I was younger, weekends were exceptionally quiet, shops shut. You know, you had that, but you don't have that nowadays. You know, Christmas Day is one day. There's still a lot open. But it's one of those days where the large majority of stuff shuts. So you do actually get the opportunity to take in the silence, don't you? Which I think is a positive thing to do.
Love that. Well, that's kind of a wrap for 2019. So, from all of us here at the newly christened Heels Are Off, have a lovely Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
2019 done.
We should have had
drop the mic.
I just had a